showing up in a WES tourney.
All right. Why don't you take the next one?
Let's see, that's going to be, of course, a team that we're all really, really looking forward to experiencing together. It's Team Oral Pleasure.
Next team is Team Foop Squad. Foop Squad. Foop Squad. So they're also new. Haven't seen them before. Looking forward to seeing how they progress through this tourney.
I cannot read that one.
Vayu Laugh.
Ah.
Team Vayu Laugh. They are also an unknown, and we're glad to have new participants.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've actually got a lot of those today, so that's a great thing for us.
Yeah. Can you read the next one?
You know, I can't read any of these, to be honest. So
okay.
Just go down the list.
All right, it's Amerish Bank, or Amerish Bank, or I can't read, so it's okay. Error 404. They were in our last tourney. I don't think we spectated any other games.
No, I don't believe so either.
But I'm looking forward to seeing them also. Simplicity Gaming. I don't remember their name. Have we seen them
I believe
before?
they're also a newcomer.
They're also a newcomer. Awesome. I love all these new people. Suprise on Black.
What else do you need to say about that?
Yeah, well, there you go. Team Electric. Team Electric, I think, was second place last week.
Yeah, they've been here a few times, and they've looked real good every time they've been here.
Next team on our list is Sons of Nero. Sons of Nero. They've been playing with us for a while now.
In the last 2 or 3 tournaments.
Yeah. Kai So Good.
I think they're also a newcomer. I don't believe we've seen them before. We're like 50% newcomer today. That's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Team Salty Mid. I see what you guys did there. Kim Jong Undefeated, and I think everyone loves that name.
That's honestly favorite name today.
And that team actually is a returning team, while the team name's new. That's Two Swain's team. I forget what they played under previously, but they've
definitely been here before.
They've been in multiple tourneys. Korea We Hentai? Hentai? I think it's Hentai. New team. And then team Nom Nom Nom, because, well, we're all fat. So, where's the brackets? For everybody watching, the brackets are at Warrior Esports on the stream page. And that's where you will find the brackets. Sorry, I got to link this for some people.
Who are we going to be watching in this first round?
This first round, we are watching Ogre 9000 versus Oral Pleasure.
Excellent.
We will see if Ogre 9000 can get Oral Pleasure. And we're waiting on Oral Pleasure to join the room, actually. Thought we saw them in chat.
That would be Only Lee Sin and A.
Only Lee Sin and A. We need you to invite Only Lee Sin and A. Only Lee Sin and A. Sorry about this, guys.
Yeah, it's like a snapshot of the inner workings of a WES tournament. I'm sure this is something that everybody's wondered about, so now they get to experience it.
I don't know, it's kind of boring on the back end. Sorry. I don't think there's too many things that have changed with patch notes since the last tourney. I think Zikarth and his co-caster covered a lot of the patch notes. So we can't waste time with that. So really, you're just stuck looking at our face. Yeah, everyone can play their games now. We're just waiting on these two, and we're going to spectate this game. Just go through your first round. His name is Only Lise. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I will copy-paste that. That is his correct name. Sorry, we're still having to do a little bit of the back end as this goes on. A little bit short-staffed. We try and make this a little bit cleaner, but we fail. So we're getting those last invites out. We'll be here in Champion Select shortly. Should be a pretty good game. It looks like both the teams are pretty evenly matched. Versus Ogre 9000, which is going to be on our blue side, and Oral Pleasure, which is on the purple side. Which, you know, you'd think Oral Pleasure would be blue.
Sure. Yeah, we've got a few more people to invite. We'll get this game going here in just a few minutes. We'll get into Champ Select and start looking at some picks and bans.
Team captain for Oral Pleasure is only Leeson NA, so let's see if that draws a ban or if they ignore his name. Actually, let's see if he's lying. I'm kind of curious. Or I check his match history. And, oh, he's got Subiasu. Oh, he's got Evelyn too. He plays other champ. He's a liar. You can't name yourself only something and then not play it.
That's true.
His most played in ranked is Renekton. That's just cheating.
You can't expect us to trust you after that.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Trust is a commodity. I told you we should be drinking. It would be funnier. We're almost ready to go here, guys. You don't have to deal with our horrible humor. It only gets worse from here, so stay tuned, and I make no promises.
I think we're just waiting for one more guy, and we may have him now.
No, we don't have him. That's a level 3.
Oh my god.
For some reason, they didn't lock the room.
Is it tournament draft?
Yes, it's
okay.
Tournament draft. We actually had to remake the first time because it wasn't tournament draft. I think they did blind pick. So. Oh dear God, I hope someone didn't screw up. Alright, no, it looks like we're going good here. And we should probably keep talking because, you know, we're the thing you're looking at and you don't get to see what we're seeing yet.
Yeah, Label, why don't you tell them about a little bit what you're normally doing behind the scenes?
Normally what I'm doing behind the scenes is I'm working with the with our wonderful spectator, Valkyr. He's in the background, and you guys can't hear him because we got it set up that way. But I work with him and set up which team brackets we're going to be watching. We worked with him to set the scenes up. He does all that. He does a real good job of it. He's the one whose camera you'll be watching while we watch the game. And I deal with miscellaneous problems that come up and yell at the website developer. But hey, we're getting in the game now, so you can quit hearing my boringness. On my clients, just like to point this out, I forgot to turn off music, so right now I have music blaring in my headset. I don't know how many of you guys have made Smurfs, and then, oh, we got bands. All right. Jack's on the blue side, Thresh on the purple side. Those are pretty common bands. I think they're some of the top bands. If you guys go to Lul King, Morgana, very strong support. Everyone hates landing versus that.
Absolutely.
Evelyn?
Evelyn, that's a little unusual for the moment. But
yeah, I mean, I know she's a top jungler, but she's kind of fallen off in the 10.0 patch. So you don't see her as much because, not that she got weaker, but everyone else got stronger with a lot of patch changes.
Very true.
So, I think we're just waiting on the final band for the blue side. And the annoyingly loud music that's in my ear. Someone's going to remind me to turn that off before the game starts. Shyvana on the blue side.
She's fallen off a little bit, but I think there's justification for that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people play her top lane. I'm betting that's a target ban. Someone did a little bit of research on the blue side and saw the purple teams played champions.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assumption.
And they targeted that because she's not a common ban in the current meta. And Elise, very strong jungler. Get rid of her real quick.
Not as strong as she may have been a little while ago, but this may be an upset right out of the box.
So we got Renekton hovered over, which is only Lee Sin's top played champion in rank.
It's true.
So he's obviously comfortable on something other than only Lee Sin. But we'll see where he goes from here. And then we're waiting on Dooms. I'm Dooms to select a champion. Well, looks like Renekton's locked in. So that's probably going to be their top laner. And we'll see where we go from here. Both teams right now got decent. Oh, a Leona.
Yeah, last minute Leona lock.
Yeah. Purple team has definitely got a pretty darn good initiate
That's
and
true.
a front line between that Leona and Renekton.
That's a tough one to crack. She's gonna jump right into the middle and just start disrupting people from the moment that fight starts.
Yeah, I got a Rise Hover on the blue team. This music is really, really loud. I don't know if the rest of you can't hear this because it's only in my ear, but the music is really, really loud.
I will do my best to remind you to shut it off before next game.
This is what I could do. I could just turn the volume down on my laptop. I cheated.
And we've got a hover over Annie.
Oh, he's toying with us. I was like, oh, Poppy! Come on, Poppy! Woo! Poppy! Poppy Bomb! How could you not go with the little shot? Oh, Shay could be interesting too.
I prefer Poppy.
Poppy would definitely be more of a niche pick. Back to Rise. Toyed with us. So Braum.
We're looking at Rise and Braum right now, and we're locked.
Yeah, Braum's one of the new supports. He's either wins hard or loses hard.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you gotta hit that Q. If you miss that Q, you're kind of useless.
But he is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's so strong in a fight right now.
Yeah, his ultimate, knocking everybody up and being able to trigger stuns on as many people as possible. It's just hit everybody once and get that stun of rocket. So
we've got a Vi and a Kale hover over.
Yeah, which goes into that dive team. It looks like
Absolutely.
Purple team is building that dive team. Kale to keep whoever dives alive, whoever they choose to focus. And a Vi, her ultimate, initiate.
Gosh, if
Goes
Vi
in.
can go in on a carry, or Leona can go in on a carry, and they can hook 2 carries off the back, or really shut somebody down for several seconds right at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, you can't get out of position against the purple team.
No.
They're gonna punish you. So yeah, and they lock that Vi in. That's
not
be
surprising.
That's going to be a pretty good dive team. I think we're going to see a lot of team fighting early.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to want to do. They want to get their ganks in and make this happen. I'm going to guess. I don't know where the Kale's going to go. She could go middle, or she could jungle. Once we see the last lock in, I guess Vi's going to jungle.
Yeah,
probably. Vi didn't go anywhere else. So Kale could be mid.
There's a good chance of that.
All right. I'm just an idiot. So we got Lee and Rise and Braum. Rise can go top or middle. Lee can go top or jungle. And actually, I've seen a lot of Lee supports also, which is one of those weird supports. Oh, they got Braum. I need to shut up. I'm not paying attention. Karthus, you know I love Karthus.
I do.
I probably have 1,000 Karthus games played in my years that I've been playing this
truly dear to your heart.
I own all the skins. I love Karthus. I hope we see a Karthus lock in. Karma middle? Karma middle versus Kale? How do you feel about that matchup?
Well,
he obviously doesn't feel good about
I don't
that
feel
matchup.
good about it right off the bat.
Maybe he is extremely comfortable with that matchup, and he's done it a couple times. If you play Karma,
sure, it's entirely possible. I mean, she has a pretty broad kit. She can deal with a lot of different situations. I mean, you pretty much know what Kale's going to do. Kale's going to come right at you.
Right. And throw that empowered Q, throw a shield on yourself, and in that route, you should be able to get that gank. You've got a little bit more mobility than her.
Be all about baiting out that alt post 6 and.
Yeah. Or looking at our AD of Quinn. That would be a really dive heavy team. That's even the AD diving.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's she's not someone we see consistently in the AD slot at the moment, but she definitely fits into this team comp.
Yeah.
So.
And well, with all the changes to Bloodthirst and everything, auto attack ADs are the way everyone's going these days. So with the nerf to Bloodthirsters, with the nerf to, she is one of those auto attack heavy champions, and so is Ashe.
Absolutely.
This is an initiate heavy purple team. That Ashe arrow into a Leona ult, into a Vi ult, into a slice and dice Renekton, and then whichever one you want to target, they've got the Kale ult. And if you dive Ashe, Ashe is going to get Kale ulted. Yep. And then all your damage is going to be for nothing. And that just comes down to the team fight and the mechanics and the comfortability with those champions.
Absolutely. No, this is a solid team lineup, and everyone on this team works together in a very clear-cut way.
On the blue team side, they've got a lot of speed ups with Rise.
Absolutely.
Orianna can Karma can speed the entire team up. Lee Sin's got a lot of positional things. And the same thing with Braum. Braum can leap to Lee Sin, and you can get 2 people in the middle of the team. Braum can ult disrupt the entire team, catch them off guard, and Caitlyn just auto-attacking.
Pretty much everyone on that team has some sort of mobility ability.
Mm-hmm. So the mobility on blue team is high. I think they're going to have to catch purple team out more than just straight up 5v5 them. If they get ahead, they should be able to 5v5 them, but I think it's pretty much going to be a catch on blue team.
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the lanes, how the ganks go.
Yeah.
That's going to dictate a lot of this game like normal, but with these two comps in particular, I'll be interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah. And now that you guys can see summoner spells, we can see teleports top.
Not surprising.
Yeah, with Rise and Renekton. Exhaust mid on Karma. I guess versus all these dive champions, having more exhaust is probably a better thing than Ignite or Heal.
Yeah, it's not a terrible plan at all.
Yeah, no,
I can definitely see the merit to it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to mitigate that burst damage from Vi that she's got with her Vault Breaker.
Sure.
Mitigate some of that with Renekton when he gets in the middle. The area effect damage he does, and culling and everything else he can do. We're not gonna see an exhaust on Leona unless they're just trying to chase her down. Kale, as long as she's smart, should stay out of that exhaust range. So it'd probably be good for ganks middle lane too. Bottom lane, Ashe and Leona versus Caitlyn Karma. No, Caitlyn Braum. I keep wanting to see Karma bottom. I don't see Karma mid a lot.
Yeah. Both of those are pretty good pairings.
Yeah. Both being melee supports, I don't know how much trading we're going to see between those two.
Yeah, probably not a ton.
Yeah.
They're both going to be strong. I mean, Braum's got a slow to let Caitlyn come in and do some damage. Ashe has got Leona to Zenith Bladed and stun people. There's going to be a lot of position jockeying going on in this lane. I mean, non-stop with those two supports.
Yeah, the auto attack heavy Caitlyn. So let's see how well she controls that lane with Q. We'll see how well Ashe controls the lane with W. In all reality, that W is an awesome poke. She can hit both of them pretty easily. She can position around those minion waves. Top lane, Rise versus Renekton. Renekton's, I think, is going to have a hard lane. I know he's got a lot of upfront burst, but as long as Rise can get to that level 2, can keep him at range, spam Q on him, keep Renekton's sustain down.
And that's going to be the big break here. I mean, the advantage that he's going to have early, that Renekton's going to have, is that sustain. So if Rise can do anything to slow that sustain down or cut it off entirely, it's going to be a rough lane for Renekton. If he can't do that, it's anybody's game at that point.
Yeah, if Renekton can get on him and do the damage to Rise and make Rise back early, it's going to be an easier lane for Renekton. But Renekton's got to be careful, because with that Lee Sin in the jungle and the Rise up there, he can easily get rune prisoned, and then they can both go hard on each other.
Sure.
So.
No, I'm looking forward to this game. I think these are going to be two entertaining teams to watch. And we're getting ready to.
Yeah, we're just loading in now. So. Should be mere seconds. The suspense is titillating. Yes, I said titillating. Turn the volume back up on my computer.
And just the snapshot we have looking at last season's ranked positions on these teams with their borders. They should be reasonably evenly matched. So
that's what it looks like, unless somebody is on a new account.
Don't get me wrong, a year's a lot of time. All sorts of things can change, but it's the snapshot we all get when we're getting ready to go into a game. So.
No. And we got Pentaskin on the purple team. Purple team has Pentaskin.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Aether Wing Kale. That's actually a pretty good. The effect on her W is pretty awesome. So, Uncle Rise. I don't know, can you still get that skin?
I don't think it's still available for regular purchase.
No, I don't think so either. But Braum and Karma are just cheap.
Here's the question for you. Does traditional Karma count as a skin?
That does not count as a skin. Just because it's an option doesn't mean it counts as a skin.
Hey, all you traditional Karma and traditional Trundle players, you've heard it here. Doesn't count.
Just Does Facebook Tristana count as a skin?
I don't have it, so.
Does YouTube
What is it, Unchained Alistar?
yeah, Alistar, does that count as a skin? How do you not have those two? We're talking about them being lazy. You're just lazy.
That's true.
If everyone doesn't know about those two skins, you can Facebook like and then send your account info to Riot, and they'll give you a Tristana skin, and you can get an Alistar skin and the champion for free for liking their YouTube page and their Facebook page. I think those are still going on.
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know for sure since I haven't done it, but yeah, you can get a couple of skins for free and maybe a couple of champions.
Awesome.
That don't count.
That don't count. And we're in the game. And I obviously don't play League on my laptop that much. Alright, let's see. I'm interested to know the starts on top lane.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Rise is buying.
Yeah. And what our bot lane's gonna do here. Looks like it's a pretty slow go out of the start, but everyone's headed towards that bottom jungle. Looks like they want to protect their dual lane buff. We got a Doran shield on Renekton at the start up there. He is worried about that sustain and hoping to get enough from the regen on that Doran shield.
And Rise is going to go ahead and start with the
Mana Crystal.
The Mana Crystal.
Yeah. So he's probably going to try and rush and get that tier as fast as possible. I think we'll see an early back and a teleport from him.
No, I think that's incredibly likely.
We might have some jungle invade down here on the purple side.
Yeah, everybody's lining up a little lower than they need to just to protect that buff, so we may be seeing an invade here in just a minute.
This could be exciting with this team. It matters what skill Leona started with, if she's skilled at all. She started Q. I think if you're going to jungle invade, I'd start with the E to get that dash. But Q is also another lockdown stun. I mean, worst comes to worst, she can just flash in.
This is something we just in general don't see as much anymore. With people having access to the ward trinkets earlier,
here they go.
And with the gold reduction being reduced on that first blood, it's something we used to see in every game, and now it's a little more unusual.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to back away. They realize they got spot, and
that's that early ward.
Yeah. Oh, Renekton's going to teleport up to that top lane now, which means if Rise teleports back early, he's not going to have that much detriment because Renekton won't be able to teleport back. Two runic shields on the bottom lane between Leona and Braum, so very, very similar idea there. I think this middle lane is going to be pretty much about farm until about level 6.
Yeah, I think for the first few levels, Karma's going to be in a pretty good position. She's going to be able to poke with that Q until Cal gets a little bit more of her kit.
Oh, wow, there's some aggression coming from Karma. I misspoke there.
That's a lot of early damage. Couldn't quite cinch it, but that's going to be either a lot of pots or a back here real soon.
She rushed to that level 2 and got it before Kale did, got that power spike, and Punisher for it.
Yep.
So I think we're going to see the same thing down here at the bottom lane. Caitlin's a little bit behind. She must have gotten the lane late from helping
just a
Red.
couple of creeps behind.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like there's too much going on right there. Rise is putting that aggression on top lane.
Yeah, that's the poke that we'd expect from him. That's what he's got to keep up to keep that sustain down.
2 and 3. 2 is a huge power spike for the blue team with Braum and Caitlyn.
Oh, absolutely.
3 is going to be the big power spike for the purple team. Oh, here we got a gank top lane.
We've got the Vault Breaker on Lee Sin. Nobody's going to stay with that, though. They both got their red buff applied to each other. Both realized that hurt way more than they wanted to deal with and back down.
Yeah. As I was saying, that level 3 bottom lane is going to be huge for the purple team because Leona will get 1 point each for skills. And that extra damage procced on her W with her passive onto that one person is going to give them a power spike that might give them the edge. Braum, when he gets his third ability, it's not that much of a difference, especially it's a little bit of an armor bonus. The shield will do a little bit versus Ashe, but
It's not going to do anything to stop Leona from coming in. It's not going to do anything to stop those buffs from being, or her passive from being applied.
Yeah.
So.
No, the power spike is definitely on 3. I think once that wave gets cleared up, we got a little bit of jungle here in the middle.
Dynamite flashes out. Oh, Rise going down here.
And there's first blood for Karma. Oh, double buff on mid lane.
That's going to make a huge difference.
Oh, and here we go, that aggression on bottom lane.
Everywhere. Brahma's in with Unbreakable. Make sure that Leona doesn't have the opportunity to pass by him, get right onto Caitlyn, and shut that damage down.
And they waited. That power spike is 3. Leona tried to go in, but it looks like she got punished for it. Oh, middle lane.
I don't think she's going to be able to cinch that kill up, but Kale's going to have to back.
Oh, with less than 20 hit points. That was close. I assume, yeah, Karma didn't have Ignite, so there was nothing to blow on
she's
that.
got that exhaust, so...
Yeah. Kale's flash is down. I expect we will see Lee Sin middle to try and punish the non-mobility Kale for that.
No, I think that's very likely. And obviously, Karma's ahead in farm a little bit at this point, but it's some foreshadowing for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Kale's got a... But Kale is that farming monster. I mean, as long as she can stay alive in that lane, she should just be able to clear that wave and then probably just roam down.
Shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Going back to our top lane, we're pretty stable up there right now. Rise was able to put some early damage down, and he's got a little bit of a lead in farm, but Renekton's been able to sustain a lot of that back up. The big thing that he's missing out in is a little bit of farm right now. So.
Yeah. He's down by about 10, and here's that middle lane.
Karma just
punishing
having that
Kale.
red buff and blue buff this early.
Well, she's been punishing Kale all game. Bottom lane's pretty even. It looks like the ADs are just straight up 1-for-1 farm. Oh, Leona misses that E to initiate. Fly's coming in on the back! Lee Sin bottom 2! Teleport top from Rise! Goes in on Leona, locks her down, but it looks like we're gonna get a clean... Oh, Vi comes back in with the Karma run down!
Karma came down from mid, was able to catch Vi in that river and keep her from circling back around into their jungle. Forced her back down to that bot lane and just hit her like the hammer against the anvil of the rest of the team.
Yeah, her flash was down, I think, from that comp gank with Lee. I think she flashed away from that gank.
I believe you're right,
so,
she did.
Yeah. She couldn't get back over that wall, and
wall breaker wasn't up, she went ahead and flashed to get over.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for her, but good map awareness for Karma.
Absolutely.
Very good play for Karma. That's just not something you can luck into.
Yeah,
Lee Sin gank middle, trying to punish that Kale.
Looking good at this point so far. He's shown up pretty much everywhere. We're only 7 minutes in, and I think every lane has seen some Lee presence so far. So.
Well, he's been there to counter gank for Vi. It's like he's reading her mind. That's good.
We're still looking overall pretty even in bot lane. We've got a little bit of a farm advantage on Caitlyn, but it's close enough. And Caitlyn didn't get that Vi kill down there, so.
Well, and the passive on Ash should also be.
It's going to help that gold disparity.
Should help that gold disparity just a little bit. So. Looks like we got a big wave top for Renekton, so he should catch up a little bit on his farm. This is interesting. Rise went for a... Oh, here we got a little poke from Renekton, slicing in, doing the stun.
Yeah, overall, not seeing a whole lot of damage out of that onto Rise.
No, it's very surprising. I guess that's why he went for the...
Straight to the Catalyst?
Straight to the Catalyst, instead of going for a tier. Which I would have expected, but it seems to be working out for him. It gives him that sustain.
Yeah, he's going to be able to stay in lane longer. He's going to have that little bit extra health, which is going to help him in those trades with Renekton this early. And looking at Renekton's still got his Dorn shield, and he's got a...
Oh, we got an invade here on the red. Lee Sin's trying to... Oh, Lee Sin kicks away Kale.
My ult goes down on the Lee, but there's nobody else to follow up on it, so it looks like he's probably going to... Yeah, he's going to get away.
Karma coming back, putting the pressure on Kale.
Goes down onto her. I don't know if that's going to help with anything.
Yeah,
nope.
the Lee kick was just waiting. Just holding it, waiting for it to end. That's very unfortunate. And then that's going to secure them that red buff that they came in there to get.
Yeah, that's going to be rough, because that's first red buff lost to the kill, second red buff stolen.
Yeah, and we got some aggression down here. Braum was able to get the stun off on Leona, but I don't know if that was the target he needs to be on.
No,
She popped that W and just became the tank that Ash needed.
No, it came down to both supports just keeping each other on the fight. Leona's played.
Yep.
Oh, that's a rough one. Caitlyn takes some serious damage. She's going to get out, but she is in a much less safe position now.
Yep.
Renekton's finally getting to a point where he looks like he's more comfortable trading with Ryze. They're both sitting around 50%.
Ash did win that exchange by forcing Caitlyn to go back. She is going to lose that slightly stacked up wave unless Braum can save it. Well, it doesn't look like Ash is going to push it in. I think that's a questionable decision, but...
Yeah, right now she's down just a little bit in farm still, so... I'd go ahead and push it to the tower, cut off whatever farm and XP that I can from Caitlyn.
Yeah, Ryze and Renekton top lane look pretty even health.
What's their farm look like? Ryze has got an edge, but that's not surprising at this point.
Karma putting that aggression on Kayle again.
This Karma just continuing to play super aggressive against Kayle, a champion that's typically super aggressive against who they're playing with.
Yeah. Well, the roles are kind of reversed. I'm wondering if he's starting to get a little bit frustrated. And see similar buys from Ash and Caitlyn on their backs. Ash went for a little bit more sustain with that Vamp Scepter, which is nerfed in the 410 patch. So instead of the 13%, you're just getting the 10%. But with a Doran's Blade, it evens out.
Yeah, it all averages out.
So Renekton going hard on Ryze.
Significant damage on that Ryze, though it looks like it's averaging out.
Yeah, I think the minions in that wave kind of overcompensated for the damage that Ryze was putting out. So, and Braum just went back. Braum picked up a Warden's Mail first. So that's an interesting first buy, I guess. Versus the lane, it's something that he needs.
We've got Lee showing up top again. Just snuck in for a lane game, came up through the bushes with Ryze, got spotted before he could get all the way up in there and really get on Renekton. Renekton was able to back up.
Yeah. That's good map awareness from Renekton. I know a lot of top lanes can get punished by zoning in on the last hitting and paying attention to their lane opponent. Kayle is just getting punished over and over again. It has to flash away, and the Lee Sin lands the Q, but I don't think he's going to follow that.
He can't follow up with Vi right there. Vi's ult's probably up at this point. He goes ahead and goes in. He's going to get Vi ulted on the tower.
Oh, and Renekton slices and dices and gets the stun. Oh! Ult on Karma middle to Vi. Karma flashes out. Lee's back for the counter gank, but...
unfortunately, when Vi came in, Kayle wasn't really in a position to follow up on that. I mean, even with the flash out, if she'd been closer, she could have landed that slow, given him something to follow up on. Might have been a little bit different.
No.
Bottom lane seems to be... It's like we're in a lull here. A lot of action there earlier in the game. Everybody's settling out a little bit right now.
Oh, it looks like there's an invade on blue side. Or purple side blue.
That's not surprising. They've been pretty aggressive in trying to keep those buffs so far.
And it's still there.
It's still there, but that Vi just doesn't feel comfortable committing to taking it.
No. She probably wants to. Oh, we got Ash Arrow bottom.
Caitlyn, Leona's there to follow up on it with all of her stuff.
Oh, where did Braum? Braum went to support the blue. Left his AD alone, and Caitlyn was not ready for the initiate.
They fully took advantage of that. I mean, with that arrow and what, 3 stuns out of Leona.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get away from
fast. Yep.
She got punished for that. If your support leaves, you've got to back off and just accept. I can't get this farm. Well, you probably should follow it, especially versus that kind of initiate team. So that brings the gold disparity to just over 1.5K.
Yeah, it's not a huge discrepancy at this point.
No, not at all. There's no dragons that have been traded yet. All our towers are still up. Rise walked back to lane, so he's still got his teleport available, and so does Renekton. They both went back to spot.
And Rise is still doing well. He's still got a CS advantage up there. Obviously, he's going to be last hitting from range, and that's keeping him safe from Renekton. Renekton's got to wait in there and take that punishment from Rise to keep his CS up. And that's going to
hurt. Slice and dice, stun.
He's landing his abilities. He doesn't have the damage output right now.
Because he went
make it hurt.
Full tank. And there's Leona using a de-initiate, which you don't see a lot. Normally Leona just goes in, balls deep, and that's what it is. But it's good defensive play by her. And I think Ashe Leona definitely have control over this bottom lane.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're completely correct with that. The CS is still pretty darn close, and the builds are pretty close.
Yeah, both bottom lane supports are still on Relic Shield. Leona rushed that Sightstone early, so that gave him a little bit more vision, a little bit more confidence in lane to what they could do.
We're getting some damage on Braum, but Braum stacking that stun on Leona. That's putting her in a rough spot.
Oh, and the dash out to Caitlyn. Oh, it looks like they're going all in on Leona.
I don't know.
Leona goes back down.
Yeah, she was clear. She was good. She chose to step back into that fight, and that Piltover Peacemaker took her right in the face.
Yeah, I don't know if that was miscommunication or just mistimed with thinking the ability was up or down. So I have to imagine that Leona's W was down.
More than
that's why she took that much damage. And Leona rushes to a Ruby Sightstone, which you actually don't see a lot.
No, not as much at the moment.
Normally they just stick on the regular Sightstone, which just forces you to go back to a lot. But this is going to free up Dragon, it looks like, the blue side. And that's going to stretch that gold lead. Yeah, so we're up to about a 3K gold lead. So that's huge. They gave it 1.5K off that kill and Dragon.
Yeah, 16 minutes in, 3K is pretty significant. And we might have our first tower going down here.
Yeah. Oh, and Lee Sin follows in on the kick. Vi is there for the counter gang.
Yep. Vi stops the engage. Camel's already burned, and I think Vi, did she vault break her? Did she burn her ult as well?
She vault breaks her down. We've got a little indicator on the side of the screen that shows us these things now. It was a friendly elbow. It wasn't meant to hurt me, I swear.
Alright, we're back to top lane.
Going on.
Rise went ahead and
he rushed straight for the Rod of the Ages.
Sure did.
So he still doesn't have his tier. So if he plans on going tier, it's gonna take a little extra time to get that thing stacked.
Yeah. He might not at this point.
Yeah. Well, he is bullying Renekton pretty well. I mean, while Renekton went to full tank, Renekton lacks the damage to go in on this high health Rise.
Yeah, it also feels like Rise lacks the mana to really finish it off. So, but Renekton is spending a lot of time on lane. That CS gap's getting bigger and bigger. He doesn't have to kill Renekton to win the lane.
True, Renekton is an early game champion and really needs to win that early game to oh, and here we go. We got Vi and Kale coming up top. Lee Sin's already in the tri-bush. I see him coming.
He is making absolutely sure that plays do not happen anyway.
Oh, and Vi comes in on Lee Sin.
He's already low. That's going to be rough.
Oh, it's Rise
straight to Rise.
Yep.
Just gift right.
Yeah. Well, Rise was able to lock her down to Room Prison so she couldn't ult Lee Sin and therefore finish that kill. So, very good play, good assist.
Looks like Caitlyn's back fine. She's on her way back now in the bottom lane. So they're putting some damage on Braum, getting some damage on the tower, using that opportunity to apply as much pressure as possible. Looks like Lee is still lurking in that top lane, but he's going to head back now. So they are going to go ahead and try to push and take this top tower down.
Two ults went down on Renekton. Renekton slices and dices back in after that kill drop.
His ult's already up and running, but unfortunately there's no engage happening.
Yeah, Vi's a little bit hesitant to engage, even though she's a little bit above half health. I think they were worried about how low Kale and how low Renekton were. So, but they probably didn't know if Lee was in that foot or not.
No. And he was there a minute ago. They probably saw him go in. They don't know if he's back. Oh my gosh, that karma damage is just...
Now, Karma coming in and cleans up the Vi.
The Q, to tether, to the stun.
Lee Sin comes down and looks like made short work of Leona, which is very unfortunate for the bottom lane. That seemed to be the hope to carry the purple team. Was their bottom lane was doing real well.
Yeah, Rise is in a good position here. He's getting a lot of damage on that top turret. If he keeps pushing the way he has been, that turret's going to be going down real soon.
And it looks like they're pushing for the bottom turret also at the same time.
Yeah, they're finally getting into a position where they can actually do some damage for that thing. So that's great for them.
Now, Karma pushed the mid lane up. It looks like she's rotating the bottom. Blue buff up.
Oh my god.
Here's a fight. I think Karma might... Oh! Lisa jumps in, safeguards in.
Oh, look at the damage on the Vi.
And we got a teleport top. Renekton canceled the teleport. If Leona would have been a little bit closer, I think they could have secured that kill on the Karma. But fortunately, it didn't happen.
Now, Lee was able to step in, shut them down. Karma with her shield, getting away, moving so quickly.
Well, and while it might be a good engage for them to go in on this, I'm glad that they didn't, knowing that everyone knows that Renekton canceled his teleport and Rise still has his available.
Yep,
so it would have been a quick 5-on-3, which even though I think they're 3-on-4, they probably still could have pulled that out.
I think you're probably right.
So
yeah, they definitely made the right call there.
No, so their shot calling is definitely where it needs to be. They've just had some unfortunate incidents which hasn't allowed them to complete some of the kills that they could have gotten. We'll see where it goes from here. Oh my gosh!
The Caitlyn damage is real.
Yeah, that Infinity Edge headshot, I mean, that's rough. And that's what you see a lot of AD carries rush that Infinity Edge now, because blood pressure damage is so much smaller.
It's not where it used to be.
And Lee Sin comes bottom again.
Gets close with the Q, but they can't quite follow it up. Braum using that, using his jump to get out of the fight instead of into it for once.
Vi comes top, ult Rise. Renekton gets the chain stun lockdown. Kale gets the Q on it for the slow, and they seem to be going.
Rise is just so thick at this point.
They've got Kale finally finishes that without having to use the ult. Oh no, she did use the ult.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
To take Rise out.
Yes, it was. But they got 3 people pushing bottom lane. I don't know if Ashe and Leona can hold these 2 off. They do clear the minion wave, but their tower's taking a lot.
I'm not sure if they're going to push through on top and try to take that tower. Kale's putting some damage on it, but nobody else stays.
Yep, Karma got middle lane. Yep, Kale got top lane. That's good, but it looks like this bottom lane is going to go down. I don't know if Ashe can stay on this. If she stays, she might get punished for it. Nope. But it looks like Lee Sin and Caitlyn decided Dragon's more important than the tower.
Yeah, overall, I'm not sure. That was a lot of power to put top. With the loss of the towers, even with them killing Rise and taking out that top tower, I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah, well, they lost the inner middle tower. They lost Dragon. They lost a lot of damage on their bottom tower. They still hold their top tower, but I think Rise is just going to be an anchor and sit up there. He's still got his teleport.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to stay up there. He's going to keep farming. He's going to keep pushing. He's going to keep Renekton out of the rest of the game. And if he needs to, he's going to be down there in no time flat.
Renekton finally built a little bit of damage, but we also see Rise picked up his tier. So he's got a long time before that thing's going to get stacked up, but it's going to start stacking.
We've got Kale up there trying to slow him down right now.
That's actually probably a good lane swap for that. Kale's going to be able to farm that at a distance a little bit safer than Renekton can. And Kale has built damage. With Kale, all you have to do is build attack speed and you build damage.
No, she's in a good position to trade with him a little bit and to farm from range. He's still going to do some damage. That Q is getting beastly.
Yeah. Leona ults onto Karma, but Renekton wasn't in position to slice and dice to her.
Yeah, she missed the Zenith Blade. Renekton wasn't there or wasn't close enough to follow up and slice, so...
Yeah, that was just a little bit of miscommunication and timing.
Braum catching that pink ward.
Yeah, they had two pink wards on top of each other. Oh, Rise got behind Kale. Kale had to ult herself.
Maybe a little early.
No, I think it saved the damage. I think that ult saved her. She still had flash. She was relatively safe to get out of there, but needs to get a ward in that tri-push. That doesn't happen. Can't afford that. Oh! Ouch. Did not respect the Rise burst.
Even this early in the game, that Q is painful.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, he's got the catalyst, he's got the tier, he's got a little bit of AP in addition to the mana.
Oh, bottom lane here, we've got Braum stun hits Leona. Leona doesn't look like she wants a piece of this. She just wants to get out of there. So, she's stacked a lot of health. I think they're worried about Ashe's damage being a little bit less than Caitlyn with that Phantom Dancer and IE. I mean, that's going to hurt if she gets on Ashe.
Yeah.
And Leona's ult went down.
And her build, it's a
Ashe got on. We've got a fight here in the middle. Ashe is on Lee Sin. 1v1ing right now.
Pretty significant.
Oh my god!
Karma stun, he's toast.
Yep, Lee Sin.
Nowhere to go.
Yep. 1v1'd almost by Ashe with just a little bit of an assist there. We still got a little bit of them being in the purple side jungle, but I think after Lee went down, they're just going to back out. That Ashe arrow is still available in that toolkit, so there's a lot of initiate threat there.
Yeah, this is still a good opportunity for Caitlyn to go ahead, push bottom back up. She's probably not going to be able to get back on that tower. Purple's close enough that they've got the coverage there, but Rise is still up top, still pushing, keeping KL out of the fight.
I tried to make that move down there, but it looks like they saw it or sensed it coming, so they backed up. Karma's coming down there to support. Looks like they don't want to steal this buff away again. There's one thing we can say about the blue team is they've got a lot of buff control.
Absolutely. They've been making that a priority since the beginning of the game.
Oh, Vine dashes in.
Big fight going on. Got the stun on Ashe. Ashe has to flash out. Rise is able to finish her off. He's able to come in with the teleport. Man, he's just pushing and pushing, doing so much damage.
Karma lives with a sliver of health again. They're chasing down her Nectin.
Nectin makes the slice, gets over the wall. Rise is there to pick up the spare.
He was just waiting for it. Kale trying to get in position to ult. Oh, it looks like her ult was down. So, got in position to try and support, but just wasn't enough. Looks like the bottom tower is going to go down.
There's a real good chance of that. Kale's there, but I just don't think she can fight this.
Well, and Karma comes in from the back and locks down. Oh, but misses the Q.
Oh my god. The damage from Caitlyn, the damage from Karma.
Oh, and Kale again is brought down to a fraction of health.
Yeah, the blue team's in a great spot. Both of their carriers are doing well. They're doing good damage, and Rise is able to step in on top and really do significant damage in these fights while still being pretty tanky himself.
And Lee Sin trying to take this tower down solo top.
He's not going to quite get it. He's going to get some damage on it, but they're sending a lot of people to stop him up there.
It looks like Renekton went for that the Spirit Visage instead of a Banshee Veil. It looks like he favored the cooldown of the Spirit Visage, and a little bit more sustain.
He's gonna like the sustain bonus too.
Yeah. Instead of going for that Banshee Veil. So it's an interesting pickup. We'll see how that gets him back into the game. Looks like Rise went ahead and upgraded his Archangel staff even before his tier stacked out. So I think it stacks a little bit faster too, and especially as late as he got it in the game. He needs it to,
that's correct.
To max out as soon as possible.
And now he's in a situation, he's just stacking more defense at this point. He's got a Glacial Shroud, and he's got the Warden's Mail.
Yeah, now the gold difference is getting pretty. We're up to 9,000 gold difference. A lot of that gold difference. I mean, the AD carries are only 500 gold apart, which is not a big deal. No. The supports are real close too. They're about 700 apart. But that top lane, Rise is at 9,000, and Renekton's only at 6,400.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Well, he's got the tower gold, the kill gold, the farm gold, which is significant. I mean,
Oh, it looks like
catching up a
purple
little
team's
bit.
pushing on the dragon. They want to try and get their first dragon.
They've lost the last two, so it'd be good if they could slide in here and pick one up.
Like, Braum gets the Q to initiate onto Leona. Leona turns around, gets a good Venus Blade on Caitlyn.
They shut down completely, super quickly out of the fight.
Yeah. Leona went in, but Lee Sin Q's in and shuts down Leona. Renekton's trying to get out and he was taking the damage for the rest of his team.
He unfortunately was just never really able to get into that fight.
And Lee Sin comes in and gets a triple kill. Takes down Leona. Takes down Kale.
Takes down Renekton.
And takes down Renekton.
Yeah, Renekton, unfortunately, he was a little split up from the rest of the team from a lot of that. And he was just never really able to go in there and commit.
And Ash still let her
comes in on the dragon. I
think that should have been in on the team fight.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there was a great Ash arrow that could have happened on that team fight, but I think that stun would have helped them out a little bit. Even if it would have made Kale or Leona live that little bit longer.
Absolutely. If nothing else, at the end, it would have given them an opportunity for a couple of them to limp away.
Yeah. Well, Ash did survive. Ash is by far the one doing the best on the purple team, and really the hope for the carry over
Sure.
there. So hopefully she can get enough damage and just burn down those tanks.
Right now, Blue team's playing a good game. They've got a pretty solid lead across the board. They're 12k ahead in gold, 4 towers, 11 kills. It's not far enough gone that purple can't come back. They absolutely still can at this point.
Well, you get the shutdown gold on Lee. You know, there's 500 gold sitting there, plus any assists. So, there's a killing spree on Rise. There's a killing spree on Karma.
Well, there's the towers to catch up.
Yeah.
A significant portion of that gold is from those 4 towers that they've got, so...
Yeah, and really, all they gotta do is win one team fight, they should easily be able to push 2 towers.
I agree. Yeah, they get those shutdowns, they get the tower gold, and they get right back into the game.
Yeah, they just need to farm up a little bit, pull blue team back on top of their tower, and fight them with that 6th man. They've got the ability to stay alive with that Kale ult. Whenever they target, whenever they pick their target, Kale will just cancel that damage.
This is an interesting position to me. I don't know how I feel about Leona trying to move in that way.
No, it looks like she was just trying to get there as fast as possible. If she has the gold, I'd go back and get home guards and rush back. But it looks like blue team doesn't want to tower dive, doesn't want to push the
They're
lane.
going to take the opportunity to go back, make sure everything's pushed, clear the purple team's jungle.
They're just going to backdoor that top tower.
They're going to do whatever they can to keep the advantages they have now. The tower's the gold rolling in.
It's a good call. Here we go. We got Renekton coming in. Asher coming in.
His Karma, their Karma's Rommel comes out, and actually that allows some of them to disengage. They have Karma in a great position to back up.
Ash 1v1 Caitlyn. Renekton's still going in. I don't think they're going to give this chase up.
No.
Kale almost herself.
Goes out on Kale, and then she turns around and backs out of the fight. Wow.
They had a good 5v4 catch, but I think I don't know.
I think a big part of that, honestly, was Braum. They had a good catch there. They had multiple CCs stacked on Karma. Braum was able to disrupt all of that dive, give Karma 2 seconds to back out of the fight, start dropping her Qs, get a tether. Huge difference. If Karma had gone down there, I think that would have gone differently. Braum stepped up, broke that fight up exactly when he needed to.
Yeah. And Lee Sin came in late and gave him that support. I think they're going to be able to keep this inhibitor safe. Doesn't look like blue team wants to push that.
Now, purple's absolutely got to go up there and defend it, though. Which is gonna...
Well, Caitlyn went down that fight early once he won to Ash. Leona got that exhaust on her, and then Ash auto attacked Caitlyn down, and there was just no fight there. So Ash is definitely able to bring this team back. They just got to get those good engages.
Yeah, just looking at her build right now, she's got an Infinity Edge, she's got the Bloodthirster, she's got a Static Shiv. She's got a significant amount of crit at this point. She's got good attack speed. She's got good range.
We just need to see a Last Whisper out of her.
A Last Whisper would be significant at this point.
Yeah, blue team's got a lot of armor they're starting to stack up to shut down the one person who is pretty strong in this match. And it looks like Kale's going for a Gunblade. So that'll be an interesting build out of her.
Get a little bit of AD in there, as well as the AP splash and the AP from her Q.
Yeah, and trying to get the sustain on all of her other attacks.
It's another opportunity to sustain.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Rise still doesn't have his.
He does have a Void Staff now.
He's only at 553 points on his gosh. His Archangel staff.
It's not quite stacked yet.
Yeah, he's still got a little ways to go. So he's got a ways to go. Looks like Blue wants to start contesting that Baron, so they're trying to take the vision control. They walked over Purple Ward, so Purple team knows they're coming for that inhibitor. You can see that Ash damage come out.
Yeah, that's going to be. They're definitely in a situation where if they can protect Ash, and give her the opportunity to do damage to these fights, she's still going to hurt people.
Yeah, they're able to take that inhibitor down pretty free. It doesn't look like the purple team wanted to fight that fight. Most of the tanks in the back line, closest ones were Ash and Kale. So.
Yeah, that puts them in a rough position. At some point here in the near future, I don't think they can rely on catching blue team at this point.
Right.
I think they're going to have to take a stand on.
Yeah. Oh, Ash gets saved by that purple minion. Minion's OP. Looks like Braum wants his fight.
It doesn't look like he caught anyone other than Renekton. He's going to hit that Unbreakable to try to cut some damage down. Vi goes ahead and goes in, trying to take Caitlyn back out of the fight. And really,
Vi goes down
there's
hard.
2 1v4s going on. The teams aren't actually fighting.
Nope, and it looks like Ash is going to live again, but I don't know if that's good for her team. It looks like they're going to lose another inhibitor. And this is going to be a Baron. Either that or they're going to finish it. They could try and finish it here. We've got 30-second death timer on.
They could try and finish it. I mean, Leona and Ash are still up. There's still a significant amount of lockdown and a good amount of damage coming out, especially with both of the turrets going up. I think they're going to get some turret damage in. They may decide to finish it.
Leona's got to go in if she's going to go in.
And Harvey Key damage is just out of this world.
No, they got both the base.
Got the slow on Rise, swings him down, moves up the Karma.
Double kill Ash.
If she can get the slow on Caitlyn, Caitlyn's gonna go down.
Triple kill Ash. Ash is the carry the purple team needs.
She is so strong right now.
And none of the blue team wanted to fight her. Everyone had to get out. Everyone's low health. Ash is trying. They might go for Baron here. It looks like they're gonna do it. This is going to be a significant amount of gold that they're going to get.
They've got the damage on Ash and Kale. Vi is going to help there too. Vi and Leona are probably going to trade tank a little bit. They can probably take this thing, and Blue's just not going to be alive and back there in time to stop them, I don't think.
Well, Lee's there. He's going to try for the fight
pick it, steal it, yeah.
But it looks like the Q's too soon. Oh, there's the Q.
Yep.
Oh, he went in and flashes out.
Yep. Vi got the smite. Purple team takes the Baron.
Yeah, they're going to recall back and defend that Nexus. They need to get there.
We get Lee and Vi here in the jungle. Vi is just trying to avoid this fight. She's already, significantly lower in health. That Ash arrow comes through. I don't know if he saw that, or if he just happened to back off for a second.
Yeah, he got lucky on that one.
He misses it by this much.
That's always horrible. Your Ash, you miss that ult by nothing. Oh, and it looks like they're going on a bottom lane. Leona jumps in.
It's a good situation. I don't know. I think I would have kept up with that, to be honest.
Well, Rise is pushing their top, pushing their Nexus, and their Nexus is naked. And they've got Caitlyn top 2, so there's a lot of danger on this Nexus.
Yeah, this might be the end coming right here.
Down to half. Oh my god.
Caitlyn.
Woo. Ash got that last whisper, and really, that's just the decider right there.
And the ace in the hole on Leona. With her buff up.
Look at how low blue team is, and they go in full! They were able to drop Rise. Karma is, as low as she's always been, Vi is right there!
Oh my gosh, with that Karma shield, she's going to be able to run right out of there with nothing again.
Oh my god. That lady refuses to die. And then they brought this lead down to, what are we up to, 12K? 12,000, so they've closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've closed about a 4,000 difference. But Blue's
gonna go ahead and try to secure another dragon. There's not really anything that Purple can do to stop him at this point.
No. Well, Purple's getting a whole lot of farm because all their waves are pushing into their base.
They're getting them all pushed back out right now. There's really very little vision on the board in general right now.
No. Well, I mean, Ash has the most gold in the game. Ash is sitting at almost 17,000 gold, closest on the blue team.
And I think Ash just got their red buff.
Oh, that'll be disgusting. Yeah, even Karma doesn't even have 16,000 yet.
Nope.
So Ash is definitely the gold leader in this game. They just got to keep her alive and keep her auto attacking as long as possible.
Everybody's stepping back right now, picking up buffs, buying, shaping up for really a fight that could be one of the last ones in the game. It's getting late enough now that if blue team commits and loses,
purple team can just walk down as long as Ash lives. If Ash lives, she can walk down there and take the entire base out before blue team has a chance to survive. I think blue team recognizes that and they're trying to slow push this in.
They've got to make sure every lane gets pushed. Their fight is clean and they win decisively. At the very least, Ash needs to die.
Yep. So purple team's got a good push on bottom lane, but should bounce off the tower. I don't know how wounded that thing is. Look.
I believe it's got a pretty significant amount of damage on it in lane phase.
Oh yeah, it's about a half.
I don't think it's not going to push it over, but it's going to keep putting more on it.
Well, wouldn't that be a boon to get that free extra 100 gold?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Lee Sin comes in on the queue.
Kicks on to Renekton, but nobody else is really in a position to follow up, so he falls back real quick with that. Just slow pushing it up.
They want to get those inhibitors back. They want that pressure back up.
Blue team's turret has been
Rise ults. Looks like they really want to fight.
There goes that bottom turret we were talking about.
And they went hard on Ash. They know Ash is that carry.
Comes back into the to bring that fight up.
Caitlyn comes down on Ash. Leona gets over on Rise. Focus drops. Ron's trying to get on Ash to slow her down. That powered Q from Karma hurts. Ash flashes out of it. Leona tries to re-engage.
Yeah, tries to get the Phoenix Blade over the wall. It's just not. The KO comes out and Caitlyn goes down.
Oh my god! Purple team is coming to the
Ash is still alive. Finn goes in, but I think Ash can tear him up.
Yep. And can't survive. She doesn't want to get this up.
Oh my god, the karma damage. Oh, look at the damage. It blows her up. Empowered Q to a second Q. She just can't take it.
You know, I think Karma's sitting at max cooldown reduction, and she's just hitting it home. It was beautifully played by Karma to save that game.
Oh,
if Ash would have lived, they would have at least lost those 2 middle towers, maybe 3. So, it's a good play by her. She goes down there and gets that farm and
gets that bot lane, try to push it back a little bit. They were in a rough position there because they've got top lane pushed, they've got bottom lane pushed. If they hadn't won that, or even if some of them had walked away and Ash had lived, they've got 2 lanes pushing. Ash can push straight down middle, or go to one of those other lanes and push down 2 towers, maybe 2 towers and an inhibitor easily.
Kale's gonna try and get the middle tower. Like, she's free to do it. I mean, she can't see the other team. There's not a lot of worth out there,
Yeah,
and she backs off.
But
Braum wouldn't have stopped that.
no.
It looks like we got Baron coming up in a minute. We'll see who starts making the vision plays for that.
Yeah, there's again, we're in a situation where the vision on the board, there have been so many engages, people almost haven't had time to get vision back out on the board. Yeah, Baron vision control is going to be real big here in just a minute.
Yeah. No, that's going to be huge. So, we'll see how this goes. They're just clearing out their waves. They're all trying to stay close because they know the next team fight's what.
He's trying to sneak in on the side, get that Q onto Ash.
Ash's flash is down. She's not going to have it. That actually saved her in that last team fight with that powered Karma Q. She wouldn't have had that. She would have gone down a long time ago, wouldn't have gotten that double kill and stopped it. So Ash's positioning is going to be key here. And Kale's reaction to the ult.
If Purple's going to come back and win this, it's going to be on Ash's shoulders.
You know, firmly on Ash's shoulders. But she can do it. She's got the build, she's got the items, and she's got the mechanical skill.
Yep. She just got to have the positioning and awareness.
Purple team's inhibitor has been
And the team's got to protect her.
Yeah, it looks like they gave up that middle inhibitor. They didn't like the way that fight
The
was
Braum
run.
ult goes down onto Kale.
Yeah.
Lee goes onto Kale. The Kale ult comes out. She's still in there trying to do some damage to Lee, but it's just not.
The Lee kicked Ash away, so Ash wasn't doing damage half of the fight. Ash is trying to get in. It looks like Rocket turned on to her.
Yeah, even with everybody on her, she's still doing just huge damage to that.
Oh, she goes down. It's Renekton and Leona. This is their.
It's a 3v3 or it's a 2v2 at this point.
Oh my God.
Rise, that Q just nukes him right out of the fight.
They focused Braum. They saw Braum was low, but Braum has low damage. If they would have focused Rise, it might have been a different outcome, but I think this is the end of the game. Braum doesn't have a lot of auto attack damage, but Leona
just trying to whittle that Nexus down. Rise is in there clearing minions out, making sure those lanes keep pushing.
Yeah.
Want to get supers on that Nexus just as fast as possible. Braum is just circling and circling and circling.
Leona's trying, but we're pushing her back for a kill. Oh my God! Oh, the blue team finishes the game. Oh man, that was a struggle till the end.
Braum with the slow walk around the Nexus.
That was a beautifully finished game. Beautifully played by both teams. Wow, that was awesome. Ash just tried but couldn't get it done. So.
Yeah, well, and you know, we talked about all the dive that Ash's team had going into this game, but even with that, the blue team did such a great job getting in there onto Ash, keeping Ash out of those fights. Lee getting on her in that final fight, kicking her back out. She was the pivotal person on that team. If they keep her out of there, even for just a few seconds, that fight's over.
No, they definitely negated her damage there at the end, so that was rough. But that was a fantastic game, and we've got lots and lots more games coming. We're going to go to a break, and when we get back, we'll have the next team, the next game.
Yeah, we'll see you all in just a few minutes.
Yep, see you then.